Yes, start at the first verse, and we're going to skip down to the fourth verse. We're going to do a little skipping here. Go ahead.
Judges chapter 7, verse 1. Then Jeroboam, who was Gideon, and all the people that were with him, rose up early and picked beside the well of Haran, so that the host of the Midianites were on the north side of them.
Okay, the enemy was on the north side of them.
All right. By the hill of Morah in the valley. And the Lord said unto Gideon.
And the Lord said unto Gideon.
The people are yet too many. Bring them down into the water.
In other words, you know, when I read this, I realized that Gideon had got men together because he was getting ready to go to battle. We know sooner or later that the scripture is going to explain itself why God did what he did. But when I begin to read the scripture, I see where I could have did it a little different. I'd have messed up some people. Well, to set things straight, what I'm talking about, have you ever asked God to fix something and he never fixed the way that you thought he was going to fix it? You already had it already planned out how would you fix it. Now, for God to tell the man of God to take the people after he had already got up on all the people to go fight. No doubt, Gideon had already knew that he was outnumbered. Now put yourself in Gideon's shoes. Now if I'm going out to fight, I'm going to make sure I'm going to get myself surrounded with people that I think know how to fight. Oh, y'all ain't going with me here. Listen here, if I got a big cousin, I'm going to get my big cousin. Wait a minute now, y'all listen here. I'm going to get on the phone and I'm going to start calling up all of my kinfolk. And I want my kinfolk to call their folk. Come on, somebody. Because listen here, we going to make sure if we go to fight, we win. You ain't going to hear me. And I believe that's what Gideon did. He gathered everybody that he felt and what he looked at felt like they were able to overthrow or able to have a frame of mind that they'll win. And I wonder why God would equal them down, saying the men that you have is too many. When looking out there, you ain't never picked a team. You ain't never picked somebody that you believe that they can help you go to the next level. Maybe you ain't looked at the scripture the way I looked at the scripture, because people they pick mates for how they look or how they walk or what they drive. Come on, somebody here. I'm in the wrong church here. Somebody might look at a man and say, I like that man. I want my baby to look just like that man there because he tall and he big. They pick cars for what they look like. And I believe that God was looking people that what Gideon was looking at. The people God picked, I would have never picked. I got you lying. The The reason why I went that way because I began to look over the scriptures and I'm finding out that people that God picked, I want to look over them people. Well, when I look at Saul, Saul was a man that would beat the Christian, a man that would even fit the preacher, man that I would have never looked to carry the mantle, but that I would have had the same mindset that Ananias had. When Ananias looked at him, Lord, this can't be the man.
Hallelujah.
This cannot be that. I would have never picked him. Not me picking him, but God picked him. Y'all ain't gonna help me in this house here. I would have never got Matthew and all of them fishermen and tax collectors to be a preacher or carry the mantle with no one like God knows that when time got tough, they were gonna run over and leave it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
I looked over the scripture and I got a little personal. I got inside of the scripture with my mind because the scripture said, he that worship me must worship me in spirit and in truth. And I understand in the natural mind, you cannot discern the spiritual mind. You know, the spiritual things. So if you're gonna really want to see the meat of the word, you're gonna have to step in the spirit. And I might lose some of you today, but when I read a scripture, I want to know what took place in that time and why did God equal the men down? What was God looking at when he brought them down? What did God see? And then I began to examine and began to search the scripture, and I went over when God told Samuel to go anoint David king, and out of all the brothers that came before Samuel, God turned them all down. But if it would have been you would have turned them down. It's because you would have been looking at the Jericho. You've been looking at how brilliant he walked, or what kind of car he drive, or what kind of language he speaks. We look at the outer appearance, but God said, I look at the spirit. I look at the heart of man, because if it ever been me, I would have never picked David. Knowing that David was going to take a man's wife, and y'all ain't going to go with me, and kill him, and you think I would have picked him? No, but God knew David's spirit. He knew that David would have got up and repented himself and cried. Can I get somebody here? Just clap your hands.
Yes, sir. My God. Hallelujah. Jesus.
It would have been me. Why would God pick a person that we pick, he rejects? A lot of people might have the mindset to do a thing, and they might know how to do it, but it doesn't mean that they are qualified or anointed to do the job. Let me preach in this Baptist church. And I know you don't see out of the eyes of God. But one thing about God leaders, he gives them an oversight. I'm not talking about the one that are bought. I'm not talking about the one that wasn't called. You don't hear what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about one that he anoints. I'm talking about the one that he lets see. I'm talking about the one that ain't gonna move until you get a word. Y'all ain't gonna go with me here. Can I preach in this house? Have you ever see somebody doing a job and you say, well, I don't know why they picked him because I can do it better than them. I see some preachers, I say, I cannot preach, I cannot do that, but guess what?